Well, I'm trying again at another government petition. The last one, I agree, wasn't terribly well worded. It was asking them to abandon plans to impose restrictions on encryption when clearly they have no bloody idea what their plans are. The response was contradictory. It was supporting encryption, but also at the same time saying there must be a means to get access to the communications of terrorists and criminals. Unfortunately, the way encryption works is when it's working, it is impossible for any third party to get access to the communications. And it doesn't matter, that mathematics doesn't change magically just because the third party has a warrant. And their reply went to great lengths to stress how much security and control and oversight there was over granting these warrants. None of that matters to mathematics, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter that the people engaged in the communications are criminals or not. Again, calculators don't know whether you're a criminal or not. So it doesn't work like that. And so their reply was very contradictory. So I'm trying again. The new petition is much clearer. It's basically saying, will they allow companies to offer communication services which can't be read? Simple yes or no question. And what I need is 10,000 people to sign the petition, and then we can get the government to try and answer the petition with a word that is not yes or no, and perhaps even badger them until they come up with an answer that is yes or no. A lot of us would like to know. You have to bear in mind, criminals can send secret messages. It is possible to communicate completely secretly in lots of ways, but there are ways of doing it with no more than a pen and paper and dice. You do not even need a computer to communicate secretly. And that's without a huge amount of sort of covert communication systems that you could use that would thwart anyone. But using a pen and paper dice, it's possible to use something called a one-time pad, which the GCHQ and NSA could not decode. And criminals could do this. So no matter what the law says, criminals can communicate. So the question really is what the law says about all of the other 64 million people in the UK who aren't criminals and whether we're allowed to communicate privately or not. And that's the big question here. Can we communicate privately? Will companies be able to offer us systems which allow us to communicate in a way where the communication can't be read? Yes or no? That's the question. Please sign the petition. We'll see what they say.